Okay, so I've looked at the coaches or the TSS from the coach's perspective, and then I've also looked at it from the parent's perspective. So the other area that we need to look at it is from a club perspective. So this would really mean the club administration, the board of management, and the football groups, etc. So and obviously the director of football included in that. So what does this mean for them? So really, you know, a properly structured TSS system that's working, and you know, it's, as I said, it's not going to work straight away. It'll have some benefits straight away, and it'll have some discomfort straight away as well, and it'll take a good bit of work, but over time, with cooperation of everybody, you know, I'll be able to learn and apply my skills to it to make it like to create to make it really fit, and it mightn't be as big as this, you know. I might have to cut things off it just to make it more feasible, but that's something that I'm going to have to learn myself. So what does it mean to the club itself? So first of all, the most important thing it means is that we're able to use the content that we create. So the club owns that content. That's important. So that's called the creator's principle. So copyrighted, as soon as you create something, like take a camera out and take, that is actually your content. You've created the pitch, you've created everything around it, and you've taken the photograph. It's your content. Doesn't matter where you take it or what you do. It's your content, as long as you have permission to take the content, obviously. But generally speaking, that's not an issue. Okay. The big thing is that once you have the content, you can use that content to increase the profile of the club. So the club needs, it's good for the club to have a strong profile. It's good for the club to be seen as a best-in-class professional amateur organisation. The Home Farm is a tremendous name, so from a club perspective, this allows us to grow our profile and our standing among grassroots football, and it allows us. So that's the first thing: the profile, the status, let's call it, and there are huge benefits from being able to do that. So, obviously, in terms of sponsorship, we become known as a best-in-class organisation. So we're using, you know, a branded TSS system. We can talk about it. We can say, oh, we can use it to our advantage, and we can become well known for being innovative, progressive, and tech savvy. Another area that is, you know, that this has a direct is sponsorship, actually getting money in. So the whole idea really is that it wouldn't work if we couldn't excite sponsors. So it simply just wouldn't work, because it's too much time and too much equipment, and you know, if it doesn't actually translate into making it easier to run the club from a financial perspective, then it wouldn't be worth doing. From a club perspective, it's also important to increase our profile by improving our teams, by making sure that all of our players are improving, all our teams are improving, that we have more teams playing at the highest levels, and that we have kids being improved, that we're seen as a place that unleashes potential in children, both on the field and off the field. So again, from a club perspective, that's a really important thing. Fan growth. We have a stadium, we have seats to fill, so we have senior teams, we have facilities. So we want more traffic going through the pub, we want more traffic going through the facility, and using our facilities more, for whatever reason. So that's important as well. From a club perspective as well, and you know, this touches on one of the major issues, was, you know, player recruitment and retention. So making sure that players stay with us longer, making sure that teams stay together longer, and that's very important. And from my interviews with people, that has been extremely important from a club perspective. And then you really, a key thing of the TSS is to ensure that the communications within the club improve. And this means that we're after achieving the non-profit status with Google, which means that we now kind of we can deploy our Google Workspace for free, which is hugely beneficial, and allows us to do all of our communications in a GDPR compliant and data privacy. We have our data privacy policies sorted. We can actually implement all this in really easily, and become a totally above, a company that looks the part, acts the part, and has all the processes and ticks all the boxes and dots all the I's. That is totally now within our remit. It is totally possible for us to be able to send emails to all the different parents, and then have the links inside those, and then we're the data controller, work with the data processors in a proper way, manage the data properly, and improve the way we generate the money, with the way we take in the money, the way we communicate with parents, the way we communicate internally, the way we structure our boards of management, the way we structure everything can be done in a professional way. We can look the part, act the part, and of course we can play the part. So I hope that explains it. Thank you. Bye bye.